Today, we are going deep. We're going to get inside the sound, the lyrics, and the very soul of a song that has meant so much to so many people. Linkin Park's One More Light. We're not just going to talk about the words on the page. We're going to explore how the texture of the performance, the breath in the voice, the space between the notes, how it maps out the entire journey of grief, and ultimately points to this incredible source of meaning when you're facing a loss that feels just impossible. So the whole song really just pivots around this single, devastating question. And if you think about it from a psychological angle, this isn't just a lyric, it's the sound of despair itself. Listen to the way it's sung. The vocal texture is so fragile, it's almost not a statement, it's a question. That delivery perfectly captures that feeling of being insignificant, right? That fear that in the grand scheme of things, one person's absence might not even make a ripple. It puts us right inside that headspace. And what's really interesting is that the song doesn't start with the loss itself. It drops us right into the messy, confusing aftermath. The very first lines throw us into that state of grief, that regret, and that desperate, helpless feeling of trying to find answers that just aren't there.
Just look at these phrases. Psychologically, this is the mind doing what it does when it's reeling. It's replaying the past, scrubbing back and forth, hoping for a different ending. Should have stayed, that's classic bargaining. Were the signs I ignored? That's the self-blame. That search for some kind of control when everything feels so out of control. And can I help you not to hurt anymore? Wow, that's that lingering, helpless need to care for someone who's already gone. It's just a perfect, heartbreaking picture of a mind in trauma.
Okay, so from that really intimate, internal pain, the song's soundscape just expands. It zooms all the way out to this huge cosmic scale. And that transition is absolutely key because it mirrors something so many people feel during grief. Your own immense world-ending pain feels totally invisible against the backdrop of the universe. And the music does it too. It gets more atmospheric, creating this feeling of vast, empty space.
This right here, this slide, really maps out that core conflict. On one side, you've got this fragile, singular, one more light, and it's often sung in a softer, more vulnerable way. And on the other side, the overwhelming, totally indifferent sky of a million stars, which the music just paints as this vast, impersonal thing. That contrast between the sound and the lyrics, it creates this profound sense of isolation. It makes you ask, how can one little flicker possibly matter in all of that?
But the song doesn't just leave us floating out there in the cosmos. And this is what's so brilliant about it. It brings all of that abstract, universal pain crashing right back down to earth, into the most mundane, the most tangible, and because of that, the most painful everyday realities. These images, man, they are so psychologically potent. Grief isn't just a feeling in your head, it becomes a physical thing in your environment. The kitchen, a place that's supposed to be about life and nourishment, suddenly becomes this landscape of loss. And that one more chair, it's not just a piece of furniture anymore, is it? It becomes this powerful symbol of absence, a silent, constant reminder of who's missing. And then you get the anger. It's not fair, which is such a real and necessary part of grieving, finally punching through all the sadness.
And then we get this line. This serves as this incredible psychological validation. Grief, depression, any kind of mental struggle, they are real, they are heavy, they are there, even if no one else can see them. This lyric is basically an anthem for anyone whose pain is invisible, and it just asserts that, yes, it exists, it's real.
So all of this, the regret, the cosmic indifference, the physical reminders, it's all building and building to this one incredible emotional and psychological turning point. The song sets up this immense feeling of being small and alone, and then it poses its big question one last time. Who cares if one more light goes out? The song just lets that question hang there in the air for a moment. It really lets that despair sink in. But then it offers this simple, powerful response that just changes absolutely everything.
Well, I do. That's it. 2 words. It's not an argument. It's not some big philosophical statement. It's a declaration. And it single-handedly reframes the entire song. It basically rejects that huge, indifferent cosmic scale and answers a universal question with a profoundly personal truth.
And that is the huge psychological shift at the very heart of this song. It's arguing that the value of a life isn't determined by how it measures up against a sky of a million stars. No, our significance, our meaning, it's created and it's held in the hearts of the people who care about us. The universe might be indifferent, but the song screams back that we are not.
So, what does this all mean? Where does that leave us? This song leaves us with a message that's both heartbreakingly sad and, at the same time, unbelievably hopeful. It's a message about radical empathy.
This is really the core takeaway. The song is a reminder that even when we feel small, when we feel lost or completely invisible, like we're just one tiny flickering light in a huge darkness, our presence matters. It matters deeply. It's saying our true value isn't measured against the stars. It's reflected in the eyes of the people who see and cherish our light.
And so, in the end, the song turns that question back around on us. It challenges us to think about its message not just as some nice idea, but as a personal reality. It's asking you to recognize the people in your own life who make your world bright, and to remember that to someone else, in their own sky of stars, you are that irreplaceable light.